Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Was about to leave, but I saw W under my trade ideas. I just announced it um, 4 minutes ago. No, just a minute ago. This is what I see that makes it really good. On the daily, guys, when things are really strong, it just closed the gap here, the daily gap. There was a gap between here and here until today. Now it just closed that gap. Now a lot of things can happen here, but this is something that traders want to see, or we want to complete a chart. We don't like gaps. So it may take months. In this case, it did take a couple of months, but we actually closed that gap. So this is a beautiful thing. Also on Discord, I announced that I'm looking at CDLX. It's having a really good day today, but it went up, it broke again, and I'm looking for an entry. If you look at the fives here, under here, 3680. So right now I'm looking at two possible trades. But W, if you look in the 1 minute chart, is looking really good because it likes to make these rounded drops. So right now it's creating a support line around the 101.20. You guys need to be careful because on the level 2, there's like a 15-cent spread because it's a really big stock. But under 101.20, looking at entry. 101.20. So there's a 20-cent stop with a possible 15-cent spread on the ask and bid and ask. Put that in your calculator or use a chart similar to mine. It'll tell you what's going on. Let's take a look at the daily again here. The close of the, well, yeah, we generally want to see at the closes. So 101.08, and we're at 101.50, 101.49, so we're already above that area here. And we're touching this close of 101.51. So we're there. We're in a safe zone now. Now the question is, does it want to come down? I think the answer is kind of yes, unless there's a in the news that I'm not seeing yet that there's like a target price. Guys, this is the weekly chart. You can see I could kind of draw a sketchy trend line right here. So it's in that area. This looks good. W. So while I'm looking at this, I have another chart, which is the SPY. This, if you watch my video on the how I counter trend explained, the SPY is to me like the wind. So whenever it goes green and okay, so SPY is red now. If SPY goes red, that means it's going to start trying to blow stocks back down. If the stock is still going up, then it's still really strong because it's going against the wind. And these are going really strong. CDLX and W. So CDLX is ridiculous right now. Both of these stocks are kind of going the same way.
W.
It's looking really good. Looks like it wants to hit 102. Look at W now. Now that it's spiking up, the amount of volume that it took to get up there. So I just put on the Discord that I'm looking at a possible ones entry, meaning I'm looking at an entry below the previous candle of the 1 minute chart. Now look at that amount of volume right here on W. That's good. The volume is ramping. So this stock has the potential to push every minute. It can push about 20 cents. So the suggestion is the traders are suggesting that it wants to go to 102.
W.
So you could get a scalp and enter long to get to the 102, but I'm not that type. I'm fixed on the short. And there it goes. It's going to try to hit 102. Not exactly sure if it will, but let me just set this may be my trade for today. Okay. I was gonna go somewhere, so guess not. Let me get situated. I'm gonna get in the driver's seat now. Again, I'm looking at W. Hey. Stop. And this dog that I'm working with kind of gets bored a little too easily and starts chewing on stuff. Alright. So SPY's pushing up right now on the 1 minute. So it's going to help this one try to get to 102.
W.
I don't like how the volume just went down a bit. Okay, there's the 102. That was a little too easy. But look at that shape. I don't like how that volume went down. Okay. Get a closer look here. The close of this one was 101.08. Close on this one was 101.08. So it can come back to 101.08 and still have the gap closed roughly, so to speak. Doesn't need to be in such a clean picture, but why not, right? It's coming back a little bit. So I may enter at 101.86. Now guys, I'll say it again, if you're not on, okay, hold on. 1 minute chart would be the low of 191, 101.94. I'm in.
SPR.
And there it goes. I want to keep that volume down. We want it down because we don't want any traction. We don't want people saying, no, you move too much, let's move it back up. Let's just let it cruise. So 101.23 possibly. But of course, if you want to be safe, just pull out a little bit now. But I don't see why it wouldn't trigger on fives either. So 101, 101 and a half. So whenever you see the stock go against you, be sure you're looking at the wind, the SPY. And if the SPY is green and it's going green a little bit, that's no big deal, because when SPY turns red, it may want to push it back down. We want this volume to stay de-escalate, just stay down. So anything under 101.60, and I'm happy. Damn it, look at that volume. That's not what I want. Let's just hope this is the volume of people saying, let's keep it red. Trying too hard. SPY is showing a red candle now. Now it just turned back green. SPY is dojied. Okay, this is the deciding factor here. If it's going to be like a really short bull candle, bull flag, or is it going to just go down? Still hasn't triggered on the fives, so that looks good. And we know what the daily looks like, and that's why we're in it. Because the candle's really looking really good, and it closed that gap. Now SPY is red. This should be red. Setting a possible stop. When I'm looking at something like this, I don't like to put an active stop. I like to do it manually. Now I like how W is showing a red candle while SPY is showing a green candle. There we go. And it will be beautiful if we can get down to here. And Jeremy Newby's adding to this stock. I'm about to scale out. So, so you can tell that if you're on Discord, you can tell that we are different mentally, but we believe in the same thing. I like to go a little bit heavier on the entry. He has more conviction as he sees it, and rightfully so, because the volume is low and is still moving down against the movement of SPY. So he's right to be adding. I'm just a little heavy in this one, so I can't add much more. Look at that! Look at that volume right there. So I'm taking out half. But Jeremy Newby adding because he only started with 100 shares. Well, I had more. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, Samir, it is uncomfortable when you see like the volume increase, but price stays in place, stays in one place. That is it can really make you uncomfortable, right? I'm scaling out based on the amount of volume. When I see a lot of volume come in, that's when people are questioning the action of the movement. But then again, it could also be a lot of people just well, yeah, that's just how I see it. The increase of volume generally is more interest in movement. And if it stays in one place, that means when we see a doji or something or a really small candle, then we can conclude that um, some people want it high and some people want to go down. But let's just step away from this stock. I mean this chart, and you can tell that naturally it kind of wants to bounce right here, but it's still really high, and there's still it may be deciding that it went a little too fast. Let's slow down the movement. And it still looks really good on the 15 as well. Now one can argue that you see these 15s, you'll see one red candle. Here's two small ones, one red candle. You can argue that, you know, by pattern, but by pattern it should have went down a, well, not really. You know what I mean. You can come up with a lot of reasons why something shouldn't be moving one way. But here's my main reason, the daily. It can, and a lot of times when you see a stock that closes the gap. It wants to test the way it looks back to where 10108, if it hasn't already. I haven't looked at it. And then it'll go back up or go further down. Let me see. 10108 right here. Yeah, it did actually. It did come down to 10108 and went back up. So it did test that area again. So we'll see if it wants to test it again, but you see the volume is increasing a lot in this area because, but you know, I'm in, I'll be in agreement with JNewbie. Obviously I am because I still have my shares in, because it already touched 102. Now if I can break through this area right here, then we're good. Then we're really good. Now, assuming that JNewbie is probably using VWAP like most people are. Let me just throw that in there. And this thing is just far away from the purple line that I have. Yours could be a different color. Jeremy saying I had 2,000 shares. I'm not gonna say because every time I say how many shares I'm in, someone's gonna follow. Not every time, but somebody's gonna think something stupid and try to replicate me, and then if I'm wrong, then I'm gonna feel really bad. I shouldn't, but that is just how I am. I don't want you guys to fail because of me, so I'm not gonna tell you how many shares I have. But you could probably tell by the look on my face that I like this one. So if I like it, then maybe I have. Maybe I'm not all in. Just put it that way. The reason I don't have the VWAP on this chart all the time is because sometimes it squeezes everything together because I have it channeled in. I should remove these two right here. Really like how the volume is down here. And SPY is going kind of sideways, and now SPY is showing a little bit of red. Let's see if this one will just follow with the wind and just go. Yeah, it's gotta go past this one though. 31. Gotta pass 101. Yeah, it's 30. Okay. And let's just hope that SPY stays red a little bit longer. Now we just pass it up a bit. Beautiful. Now Jeremy's most likely in the green now. Now it's hit that area, a really important area right here. This base, this support line. Now watch SPY as it stays green, and see what happens here. This SPY's turning green. Let's see how long this holds. If it easily turns green, I'm out. But SPY's moving up, and this one's holding still. Now SPY went back down to doji. SPY's red now. Let's see if this one goes down. This one's just stalling. There it is. Remember 101.08 was that area, I believe. That is the threshold of the gap close. A little bit of green as SPY is red. One more move and I may be exiting. I'm out. Okay. That's just me, okay? And that's why sometimes in some of my old trading videos, you'll see me end up with a scalp because I can chicken shit. I can chicken out pretty fast. But this one, it's already 2 o'clock and I'm late for an engagement because I'm doing what I kind of love. So that was a good one. That was a plus. What's it? That's a plus 53 cents for me. But that's just a very possible retracement. I mean, a rebound for a typical movement like this doesn't mean it's over. Obviously, Jay Newby doesn't think it's over. That's why he's still in it. So that's the main difference, guys. When you ask me if we're identical, he has a higher threshold for pain. And he doesn't want to admit it, but he does. I personally don't. That's why I don't swing trade. I have more mental blocks than he does. He's more resilient in a lot of ways, and that's how he gets a lot. Other than his account, I'm pretty sure he has higher margins. He's able to make a lot more money. Thanks, Samir. So just bear in mind that you trade however much doesn't make your heart rate go too fast. For me, I've actually gone scientific and I actually have a blood pressure monitor less than 20 feet away from me at all times. Um, if I'm too excited, then I can't trade. It's not, that means I'm not in the right mindset. Or, so there are ways of combating that. Um, fix your blood pressure, for one, or dumb yourself down. Bring yourself down, and then focus on the numbers. Don't think about the money, and bring down your shares. Don't use as much as you can handle. When things get too exciting, then things are wrong. But like I said, it always comes back to me by the end of the week, and then on the weekend, like this past weekend, it was a nightmare for me. Not nightmare, but I wasn't in a good state. I, I had like possible a rebound effect from all this adrenaline that I'm not feeling right now, and then later on I crash for no reason. So you just need to, yeah, very good, Smear. Pain is good if you know how to control it, and I know how to control it, but then I miss it on the weekends. It's hard to explain. I must be a masochist somehow. So, guys, I'm gonna end this stream and get to my engagement, and I'll see you next time.